Hey everybody, my name is Ricky Dicky Doodog Grimes, and welcome back to Long Dark. Recently, this game has got another update, and it's called Frontier Comforts. In this update, they've added cooking recipes and new items and some other stuff like that, so that's pretty cool. So we're going to play today. This video, however, is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be a survival guide for new players, as well as a Let's Play series. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So, when you go into survival mode, you'll see these difficulty levels here. Each one goes from easiest to hardest, except for custom mode, because that's pretty self-explanatory. So Pilgrim is basically an easy mode, like wildlife doesn't attack you, more elements are more forgiving, like your needs and things like that. Voyager is like the middle ground, it's kind of like the normal difficulty. The normal difficulty. So that's like wolves attack you, you know, wildlife is like hostile, the weather is a little bit colder, supplies are still a decent amount and stuff like that, so like it's kind of like the normal ground, but like it's not too hard, but it's not too easy at the same time. Stalker is basically a hard mode. There's like very little supplies, hostile wildlife is common, including wolves, and they're everywhere, and the weather is very cold. Interloper is basically just insane mode. I would not even try this one. Because you have to make your own tools, there's very little supplies, hostile wildlife will constantly hunt you down, and the world gets more harsher as you survive. So, and of course there's custom mode, but that's pretty self-explanatory. So, for this video, we're going to be doing Voyager for the sake of it. So, I'll hit confirm here, and then we'll go to Lower Great Bear. So, there are, as you can see here, a number of regions throughout the game. So for this this video, we're going to be starting in Mountain Town. If you're a new player, I'd highly recommend doing something like either Mountain Town or Coastal Highway or Mystery Lake or something like that. But for the sake of this video, we're going to start in Mountain Town. And each region also has a description as well, as you can see here. And every region connects to another one somehow. So, as you can see down here below, too. So, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to be a dude. And these right here, these are called feats. You'll get them as you play the game more and more often. So it actually tells you like how you can unlock them. Like this one says Blizzard Walker. You spend 20 days outdoors during blizzards. So speed reduction for walking in wind is reduced to 25%. That's pretty useful. Snow Walker, you travel 621.4 miles in the game. Your standard bar recharges 20% faster. So I'll go with that one. Free Runner, you sprinted 31.1 miles. So sprinting now burns 25% fewer calories. But honestly, that's not really that useful to me. This one was a pain to get. Fire Master, you successfully started 1,000 fires. From now on, all your survivors start with a level 3 fire starting skill. So that one's very, very useful, but it takes a while to get. This one here, you survive 500 days. Your body has adapted to these tough conditions. You now consume 10% fewer calories. This one's really useful as well. Cold Fusion, it's another one of my favorites. You spent a total of 100 days outside. You're now less susceptible to the cold and get a permanent +4 bonus to air temperature. So that's pretty useful. So we're going to go ahead and hit confirm on those. And I'm going to call this one Survival Guide. Did I spell that right? Yep, okay. So, as you can see here, it gives you a bit of background of what happens. A mysterious geomagnetic storm has brought your plane crashing down into northern Canadian wilderness. How long can you survive? So pretty much all the time, you'll get a some type of different spawn, like out in the wild somewhere. But once you play the game enough and you learn the maps, you'll at least get a certain idea of where you are. So let's go ahead, and there's actually a trailer right here. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna search this and see if there's any useful supplies. So what you really should do on your first day is you should just try to find as many supplies as you possibly can. So you see there's firewood out there. There's a trailer in here that I just said that I'm going to go into.
This stuff will come in handy.
So basically I want to look for anything useful, like any like clothing or food or like wood or tools and stuff like that. So basically anything that's going to help me stay alive for longer. So, as you explore, you'll find more items around the game that will help you survive for longer periods of time.
Where's the good stuff?
So I'm actually going to put on these jeans I just found. And we'll go outside and we'll try to explore more of the map to see if I can find any more resources. if you see any of these stones on the ground, pick a couple of them up, because you can actually use these stones to hunt rabbits and small birds that you'll occasionally find roaming around on the ground. Of course, you can use the rabbits for meats and the birds for meat and stuff like that, so that's a pretty useful way to get food early on in the game. But for now, we're going to go ahead and we're going to try to get some shelter, because as you can see, it's pretty cold outside. It's feels like 33 degrees, but that's only because I'm blocked by the wind, by these trees here. Or not blocked by the wind, blocked from the wind, from these trees. So as you can see, once you find a road, you want to follow it, and that should lead you to some shelter. So as you can see, this town of Milton, it's like down here. So if we keep going down this way, we should get to some type of shelter. As you can see, there's a church right here, and if I go at this church and I take a right down there, that will lead me to that bridge over there, and I will go to the town of Milton down that way. But for now, let's just search around this church and see if there's anything useful.
I think I can use this.
You have clothing you don't want, don't leave it. You can pick it up and you can harvest it instead. So if you find clothing you don't want, don't just leave it on the ground. Pick it up, harvest it, and you can get the material off of it, and you can use that material for repairs. And that will be very important to keep your clothing in good condition. So now what we're going to do is, let's see, there's nothing useful in this car. Okay. So now I'm going to go in this church, and I'm going to see if there's anything useful in here, and then once we do that, we'll head down that way, we'll go to the town down there, Milton, and we'll scavenge those houses for supplies. So you can see there's cloth on the ground, that's useful for crafting and repairing clothing. Newsprint, you can use that for tinder, but what you can do is you can go in your inventory, go to fire starting, click this newsprint right here, go to actions, and then you can click harvest, and you can harvest that and you can get tinder plugs, but I'm not going to do that because I don't necessarily need tinder right now, or ever actually.
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
So as you can see, there's clothing, there's a few basic supplies around here, like soda, food, things like that. So always just try to find like some type of like civilization, because there will be buildings around, you can go in there and you can scavenge from those buildings. That's really what you should do in the first day. Try to find some type of shelter in some areas you can scavenge from. Don't stay too long out in the cold, because obviously you're going to get cold really fast and your health is going to decline really fast. So pay attention to the weather. Don't stay out too long in the cold. That's going to kill you the fastest when you first start. So as you can see, there's another truck right here. I'm gonna go inside. Search the glove box. Nothing in there. The reason I flip these visors down is because sometimes there will be notes and stuff like that. It will lead you to supply caches and other useful things like that. So when you're in a car, try to flip down the visors. Actually, I'm gonna double check as well, make sure I flip the visors down here too. Not sure if I did. Okay, I did. Thought so. So, after looting that place, we're going to go down here, and if you go down, like I said before, you go down this way, down this road, that's going to lead you to the town of Milton across this bridge. So you may be thinking, well, what's the ideal place for a shelter? Well, me personally, I mean, if you do it differently, it's entirely up to you, but me personally, I like to find a place that has a bed, a stove, and a crafting bench. But not all buildings will have a crafting bench in them, of course, so you gotta use that accordingly. I'm not sure if there's a crafting bench in Milton, I forget. But, yeah, like, ideal base is a place that has a fireplace, a bed, or a crafting bench as well, so keep that in mind. So there's nothing in this car, I don't think. Yep, okay, I already looted that. Just gotta double check the visors really quick, just to make sure. Did I check them? Nope, I didn't. Yeah, there's nothing. Okay.
This'll come in handy.
So as you can see, it's getting pretty late, so we're going to try to go get some shelter. And luckily, there is some shelter really close by. It's the town of Milton. So as soon as you go across this bridge, you'll be in the town. So as you see at the top left of my screen, it says new location discovered, town of Milton. So the best shelter, in this region at least, for me, is the house actually right here on the left-hand side of this hill. The reason being because it's big, it's got a lot of storage space, it's got a 6-burner stove, and it's got a bed as well. So 2 beds actually. So we're actually gonna go around here first because I think there's a tool shed, if I'm not mistaken.
Someone's stash.
So as you can see, there's some stuff in here, just some bandages and things like that. Obviously, not every drawer is going to have something in it, but it's always worth checking every container that you can find. So we're going to go ahead and get inside. So of course it's pretty dark because, you know, it's nighttime, so you can't really see anything right now. Let's see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pass a little bit of time. And hopefully it'll make us tired enough so we can sleep through the whole night. I'm gonna hydrate a bit. So let's go upstairs and let's get into bed. As silly as this sounds, make sure you take your clothing off too before you go to sleep. Not in like outside, of course, but the reason I say this is because when you go to sleep with your clothing on, it'll damage it for some reason. It causes a wear and tear. So before you go to sleep, make sure you take your clothing off when you're inside a warm enough building. I'm actually going to harvest some of the clothing that I don't need first before I do that. So now we're going to go to sleep for about having 8 hours sleep. So once I wake up, I'm going to have to search this house and find some useful supplies that might help keep me alive. See, there's some drawers here. Oh, and sometimes, but not always, if you look under this bed, there's going to be a gun. There's going to be a revolver. Revolver is good self-defense, as you can see here, by description, defensive situations. It's a good weapon for self-defense against hostile wildlife like wolves and things like that. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna pick that up, we're gonna take that with us. So I'm gonna get my clothing back. I'm gonna put that back on.
I'd eat snow if the hypothermia wouldn't kill me.
And now I can start searching this house for supplies. Okay. gloves. Those are better than work gloves, most definitely. So I'm going to harvest those work gloves. Remember, always harvest clothing that you don't need. Don't just drop it on the ground and leave it, because you can harvest it and you can use the material to repair your current clothing. Okay, so I don't think there's anything else here. There's a flare shell. You can use that for flare guns, painkillers.
What have we here?
Help with sprains and stuff like that. As disgusting as this sounds, you actually can take water out of the toilet, but it's still safe drinking water because it's potable. I'm assuming he's taking it from the tank and not the bowl, if you know what I mean. But regardless, it's still safe water to drink. So I'm going to take it, and that's potable water. So sometimes stuff can spawn, like in the buckets down here and behind this stuff sometimes. Just gonna put it down. Yep, there's a soda here. There's doesn't look like there's anything else though.
That'll come in handy.
Ooh, what do you know? I found a fly jacket. A fly jacket is a DLC item, but it's also a very good clothing item too. So I'm gonna get my my down vest, and I'm gonna wear that actually instead. I'm gonna actually wear it on the outer layer. I'll wear the windbreaker. So I'm gonna harvest these down vests. Get the cloth from them.
This stuff will come in handy.
There's revolver ammo in that drawer there, so that's good. And I actually have a gun, so that's a good thing. There's a sewing kit. You can use that to repair clothing. You can also, you see these curtains here? You can also harvest those for cloth if you need to as well, so that's really useful. So you don't have any material, you can also do that as well. So let's see, I don't think there's anything else up here. Yep, nothing up there. Nothing over here. Some driving gloves. It's pretty useless. Leather shoes and wood.
I think I can use this.
Matches. Aha! That's what I was looking for. So the DLC, as I said, they've added cooking recipes. So if you explore around certain areas of the map, you'll find recipes. And sure enough, I found one right here called Lily's Pancakes. It says classic pancakes with peaches, perfect for a day of climbing. So you can use those ingredients to make certain foods. And in order to do that, you'll need something called a cooking skillet, which I think I found one over here. Yep, here you go. Right here is a cooking skillet.
Could end up being useful.
So you can use that to cook up recipes and things like that. So for now, we're going to put this cooking skillet right in the stove there. There's also more ingredients like potatoes and carrots and things like that. You can use those to make stews, just other meals and other food items like that. So that's pretty neat. So for now, oh, and there's salt.
I can always use more food.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get some of this stuff. Actually, I'm gonna put it on this table. So anyway, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna search around a bit and search this house for supplies. What supplies might that be? That might be things like food or water, clothing, medicine, things like that. But I believe I've already got the clothing because I went upstairs. So yeah, your first day, you just want to go around the town. You want to search for supplies and things like that. So like look for canned food or look for any food really. water, clothing, material you can use like cloth and leather. Just anything that will help you survive longer.
I'd eat anything right about now.
Can opener, that's useful for obvious reasons. So, let's see. Fridge. Fish. Alright, cool. So I think I got everything in this house. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go and scavenge town for more supplies. Or maybe not. The weather has a mind of its own in this game, so you really don't want to be out in a blizzard like this. Especially if you're just starting out. But luckily, I know most of the areas in this game, so I'm able to find my way through this place with ease. So I'm going to go in here, I'm going to go in this truck, I'm going to search for any material. There's a flare, nothing in here. And I think I'm going to end this video here once I go into this house, and we'll pick it up later. Okay guys, well, I think I'm going to end this video here. So, thanks for watching, I appreciate you. And of course, as always, my name is Ricky Dicky Grimes, and I will see you in the next video. See you guys.